First question's an easy one. Who's your senator? Nothing's. Piece of shit still trying to lie to our faces. Nothing's is our senator, man. What, still? Shit, hey, wake up. From the top, I guess. What is your name? Ikari, what year is it? 2086. What did you say last time? 2027? Maybe this stuff's finally working. Dog does know how to shake. You can go fuck. Again in the head. One thing I said, one thing I asked. Anywhere but the head. Not my fault he's got a punchable face. So we calibrated yet or what? No, but we're as close as we're going to get with equipment this old. You want to get to the real questions, or does he need more softening up? I just said I won't soften him up in the head. How about it? You still with us, Hound? You're gonna feel a migraine hit you like a tram in a few seconds. Do me a favor and hold on to the pain. Let go and the barbitocene will drop you like an anchor. Don't want you a vegetable, right? Yeah, that's the spirit. Knew you were a fighter. Question 1. Do you know why you're here? Because you were too spooked to do this over a line? I'm always the right amount of spooked, Red. When I tell you there's heat, I mean it. I know, and I always listen. See? Breathable layers. God damn it. You laughed. Doesn't mean I conceded the point. You're lighter. You memorized the map? You kept it pretty vague, but yeah, I think I got the gist of it. You're that worried about a paper trail? Proactive Analytics just won a state contract for new trawling algorithms that can DNon an entire city block's crumbs in less than an hour. Didn't you read the financial section today? I'm more of a Sudoku gal. We can't all be as well-read as Reinhard Diamani. I'm sending you the links. Read them, and the rest of the news, too. Proposition 492 is going to be on the ballot this year. You shouldn't vote on it blindly. For a guy who makes the majority of his living operating outside the law, you sure take your civic duties seriously. Information brokering isn't illegal. What people choose to do with my advice. Do you declare the income for it on your taxes? Sorry. I promise to take a look at what you sent over. God, how can you be this calm? A chance like this doesn't come around, well, ever. Frankly, I'm still surprised they were willing to put up the funds it took to commission the thing. What do you think changed? Nothing ever changes in the lower wards. is what I would say if I was feeling dramatic. Heartbreak made organized crime look like a bunch of cowards hiding under rocks, is what I would say if I was feeling comedic. Don't joke about heartbreak before sending a woman off into the lower wards by herself. 'Cause you're such a delicate flower and needed protection? How about you start feeling analytic and give me your real answer? Fine. In my humble opinion, the Rust made the first move. Demand for their product has gone up, so they set to work with their syringes and cleavers and vans. Mobile chop shops hunting for product to fill the supply gap. Supply gap? You can't spit without it landing on a Vitruvian clinic. How's the biggest it's ever been? What mods aren't being printed to demand? It's replacement parts, not the mods the Rust harvest. Vitruvian, Howe, and all the others aren't interested in helping you fix a faulty pump. They just want to sell you a whole new model. The Rust might not always be pretty to look at, but even law-abiding citizens will gladly swallow their distaste for a discount that steep. A lot of modders are veterans, not easy prey. Correct. Hence the Rust stockpiling weapons, and in response, the Blue Bloods sensing escalation. But that's just my hypothesis. If I ever get pulled into an alley and wake up missing a kidney, we'll call it a formal theory. It's not like we're talking about a weapon of mass destruction. What makes the Blues think they can win a gang war with it? Maybe they found the right soldier to wield it. The idea lingers in the air for a moment as I gaze out the window. Windows and neon and advertisements galore float up past us like bubbles of air as we make our descent, down into our beautiful city's scenic lower wards. How's this part go again? Through me the way to the city of woe, through me the way to eternal pain, through me the way among the lost. Welcome to the underworld, Dante. Sometimes hot, sometimes misty, sometimes choking with poison, always dark. That the official forecast? More accurate than whatever's on your phone. Between the skyscrapers, the generators, the turbines, and the canopy. Every city block's got its own climate down here. 9 circles of fresh hell. If you get the reference, say something. Don't make me feel crazy for 5 minutes so you can feel smart for 5 seconds. The smog of the lower wards lingers on your skin long after you make the climb back out. This place clings to you, unwanted, cloying attachment. But there's an honesty to all human interaction down here that makes it trivial for me to navigate. And it's got a nightlife rife with opportunities for someone with my particular interests. Sorry I couldn't get you anything else to work with. It was short notice. I know better than to bet against you by now, Red. But still, it's sweet of you to worry. But this is the surefire thing. Spoken like a true addict. I mean it. I'm here for business, not pleasure. I don't plan on leaving anything to chance. Avoid the populated streets, turn away from brightly lit spots. Follow the trail of graffiti and broken cameras, past food stands and steam vents, down the rabbit hole. It sounds more complicated than it actually is in practice. It's easy to end up on the wrong side of town as long as you're trying to. Reinhardt's map narrowed the search a lot more than I expected, but I'll be on my own from here on out. It's gotta be one of these 3 buildings. So let's go over what I know. I'm looking for a base of operations for a mid-tier kind of pod. Rougher than a storefront, not as fortified as a headquarters. A location that makes customers feel safe, not trapped. Of course, if I just start knocking on doors, they'll probably find me with weapons drawn. So if I want to be smart about this, I better use all my senses. A bit cleaner than the other buildings around here. Could be someone spending money on upkeep. Or maybe this one's just been torn down and rebuilt the least. There are a couple bodies lingering around outside it. They don't exactly have that organized criminal associate edge, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. A lot of pods will pay civilians good money just to keep their eyes open. It's certainly dark. But there's a camera out front, and it's not broken. Overall, it's probably just some mechanic garage that shut down the power to save money at night. Well, this place looks like shit. Looks more like a haunt just dry enough for users to pass out in than anything else. It's plenty inconspicuous, but a dealer of the level I'm looking for would be considered a made man, respectable. I doubt they'd be willing to have to step over trash constantly just to keep a low profile. The windows are all dark, like no one's home. But they're all shut too, so it could be that they're just tinted. Alley is clear. Fire escape still there for the most part. Could pass for an alternate exit if need be. And that door looks sturdy enough to bounce a bullet off. Someone's been renovating. Okay, might as well pull the trigger. Dingy, but not a shithole. Some secure features, but the paint's not too shiny. Goldilocks takes it. This is my best bet. But why do I feel like I'm being watched? Hey, great acting. You supposed to be the lookout? Red Hood? What did you say? People come down here to be anonymous, or the closest thing to it in the modern day. It's considered poor etiquette to stare at anyone for more than a moment. It's a faux pas to make an effort to remember someone. Commenting on another's dress isn't a slap to the face, but it is odd. Go away? At least they can take direction. Whatever. A lookout being around just confirms that I've picked the right building. Time to try the door. What'll make them open up? I have money! Actually, I have a dark card. That should have provoked a reaction. A grunt, footsteps, something. I place my hand against the door absent-mindedly, ready to move to plan B, and I feel movement. Locks being checked, perhaps a doorknob palmed. Anxiety and curiosity pit against one another by an onlooking greed. How do you enter a closed room? First you try pushing. When that doesn't work, naturally you... Forget it. I'll find some other. No need for master keys or any other trickery. If you know what you're doing, doors will open for you. Like magic. The door's not the only thing that's been reinforced around here. This apartment building? Motel? Whatever it used to be, someone's made a lot of effort to file it down. Hallways blocked off with chicken wire and stripped furniture, access panels ripped out and doors welded shut. They took a maze and ground it down into a one-way street. Or maybe a shooting gallery. With blaring musical accompaniment. Don't get any ideas. Got no vacancy. And here I had thought I'd found my dream home, Mr. Call me Trey. And too bad, we're closed this month. Wait, you're serious? You rent these out? Of course we do, this is a business. Right, and you, see a lot of demand? This is the lower wards, bitch. He sighs the word without emphasis, like a subconscious honorific. I'm not honored, but I can't find it in myself to be offended either. Tons of stray dogs will pay top for a site to lay low a night or two. I can see why. This is the hallway. The rooms are clean. Sure. Look, the doors are heavy, the locks are all physical, and it's quiet. So this is a safe house for rent. Safe rooms for rent. But like I said, we're not open for business right now. Curious. Come on, up the stairs already. And no mask when we get up there. And curious, a good mask is like a good pair of boots in the lower wards. Keeps you clean, keeps you moving, makes your journey a dozen times more comfortable. And if you leave the house barefoot, you can expect to bring back something unsavory attached to you. It's not odd for him to be barefaced, but demanding that I not wear mine is... Seriously, stuff it in your pocket, now. Forgot I was wearing it. Why so nervous, though? We're not... I ain't nervous. Nothing to worry about then. Yeah, but you need to lose those gloves, too. So that's their game. This isn't a power move, it's insurance. If this place ever gets busted, evidence of my visit will be all over the place. They're giving their customers extra incentive to make sure this shithole remains a hidden gem. A reasonable idea on their part, but doesn't change my answer. That's not happening. Bitch. Whatever. Have fun explaining to the boss why you can't follow basic instructions. That does sound fun! Watch it. You're a guest here. A guest? I'm a paying customer. And if you try to get me to remove any more articles of clothing, I'm leaving a scathing review. You haven't paid yet. Come on. Right behind you. Through here? Yeah, hey, I'll get the door. Huh? Howdy. Where the hell did you find her? Must have fallen out of the canopy like ripe as shit fruit. Cause if she didn't fall out of the damn sky, that'd mean Trey opened the door for her. Right, Trey? Tanks, come on, How hard is it to not open a goddamn door? Well, she has... Shut up. The others aren't fazed by his volume. This is normal. The big guy's always like this. But his outburst is giving me a moment to take in the scenic view. Brings a tear to the eye. You. Me? Who else? Hit that. A cigarette. It's laced with drugs. Or don't. I'd love an excuse to kick your ass back down those stairs. They think I'm a cop? They think I'm a cop, and cops can't use drugs when undercover? I could quote them the exact law that invalidates this legal defense, but I gather that wouldn't assuage their concerns. Well, what's it gonna be? Don't mind if I do. I love free shit. Hey. Damn, bitch, breathe. But you offered. Trey, who the hell is this? This red bitch. You trying to jinx us? She's a customer. I know she's a customer. We get customers every other day of the goddamn year. Why'd you have to bring her in here tonight? There we go. This is it. I found the place. Well. Creek, she's got... Look at me. Don't talk to Creek. Talk to me. She's got a dark card. I ran the cereal downstairs. Scanner got hot like a hand when we were trying to crunch it, so... It's legit, right? Dark card, huh? I nod. Hard not to start playing a little more conservatively once you know the stakes. Whatever the specifics of their leadership structure, they're all looking to this Creek right now. But I don't know his rhythm yet, so I can't exactly match it. For the moment, silence is golden. Yeah, but tonight, Creek, with all the other shit we're expected to shovel? Hey, shouldn't make talk like that in front of the customer. Customer. You'd think the word was old toothpaste, the way he spat it out. Translation, outsider. Thanks, yeah, Miller, I know. All the more reason we should tell this bitch to get slagged. Look, she's here now. So why not take her money? Know what? I got a better idea. The loud one, Tanks, is pressing a barrel directly into my forehead. Why not take her for all she's got? The metal feels cool on my skin. Reminds me of a stethoscope. Breathe in, and try not to sigh for theatrics. Instead, I make eye contact with Creek. Hey now. You can put that away. He reholstered his firearm without so much as a click of the tongue. Mid-tiers, like I thought. They've got something approaching discipline. Mind the safety. Get screwed. So we good? We're good. We are good, right, Creek? Threading a thin needle, lady. A lot of moving parts need the surface here. Give me a minute to clear my schedule for you. Make yourself at home in the meantime. Just don't hover, yeah? Of course. You won't even notice I'm here. That door is nearly as sturdy as the one out front, but a lot more slapped together. What was it originally? That a walk-in freezer or something? What? No, what? We had an agreement about hovering, yeah? Yeah. It's barred from this side. You good, buddy? Looking a little sweaty. Well, that's just 'cause I was exercising before you showed up. Uh-huh. Bitch, you don't believe me? How do you think we defend what's ours down here? I assume the gun I was acquainted with just now played a role. Think we can afford to break the bank on bullets? It's easy to buy a gun, pulling the triggers. All so easy. Kissing it goodbye will rat you out first chance it gets. An aversion to firearms would explain the relatively low fatalities for gang-related violence. The big names can afford to buy a new gun every week, but for everyone beneath them it comes down to crowbars, clubs, knives, and mods. Well, I'm sure you all do very well in your fistfights. Fistfight is juvie. Sounds like recess shit. Sorry. Fisticuffs? Laugh it up. The first time you hear the sound a steel arm makes caving a skull in, you'll get exactly how we operate. Right. Sorry. You doing inventory over here? Ouch. Must have caught you on the worst night of the quarter. Quarter? This ain't a meg operation, lady. We take our inventory daily. Torture? You gonna suggest we put it all down on a spreadsheet, get everyone to sign off every hour? We got a special name for anything with more than one signature on it. A cricket case. He's corrupting the CRICO acronym a lot, but his risk assessment isn't misguided. Paperwork brings down more criminal organizations than guns ever will. Give a half-decent account one thread to pull on and they can rip apart the mafia in less than a business day. Hey, what did Creek say? Don't hover. It's only hovering if I'm bothering you. Am I bothering you? If you were bothering me, you'd know it. Did I interrupt a game? What's your poison? 5-card, full blind, Monaco rules? Are those games? We just screw around with whatever we've got to kill time, lady. You know your stuff. You ever play around here? Now and then. The hell? You go slowing for card games? Now and then. Have I seen you at a game before? Maybe up by the 30s? Sorry, must have been some other redhead. Damn. Thought I'd finally gotten my second chance at getting that beauty's contacts. You practice that one a lot. Practice it a little. How's it working? Keep practicing. What? Nothing. You're just kind of glaring at me. It's my job to glare at suspect bitches like you. Tanks is just superstitious. Though I wouldn't call it a superstition until it stopped keeping you alive. I'm not. Did I pass a black cat on my way in or something? It's your clothes. Again? Didn't know your fine establishment had a dress code. It's not a code. It's just bad goddamn luck to wear red. I'd like to see red, man. Same thing. Nah, you see the Red Hood, then you fear for your life. Cosplaying as her is weird, but it won't doom you. Great, it'll only doom us. I don't think I've heard this particular ghost story, boys. Really? You were blending in so well. The Red Rider Hood, the Shinigami, Grim Reaper of the lower wards. Spot her on a misty night, end up dead by morning light. Come on, Creek, don't start that shit when you don't even believe it. You don't have to believe it to have heard the rhyme. You've never heard of the Red Rider Hood? Little girl in the fog in a big red raincoat? Missed it in the crossfire of a shootout between pigs and robbers, wanders the wards seeking revenge? No, never. Not even uptowners knew this stuff. You gonna tell me you've never heard of the cyberpunk or the little lord next? Guess I don't have a good ear for this kind of thing. Or maybe you're just not as smart as you think you are. Says the grown man sweating because of a ghost story. How about I take extra care not to walk under any ladders for the rest of the night and we call it even? Walk under any... Where did you even find it? Oh, do you mean step ladder? Now who's afraid? You look pale as spit. Because for some reason I just got the horrible feeling that I lost a bet. Alright, come here, pull up a chair. Let me ask you something before we get started. What was your first job? Waitress. Waitress. You remember this feeling? 9 p.m., diners filter out, doors close at 10. You all start turning off the grills, taking out the trash, settling down. And then some mouth breather comes in at 9:40 with big blank eyes expecting you to find him at table. Yeah. Asshole behavior. Not breaking any rules, can't arrest him, can't shoot the guy. Even if you wanted to. So, related note, you're here to buy. A paying customer, happy to have you. Just read the room, okay? Sure. And no haggling. Now what are you here for? Well, can't be honest about that. Time to build a story. This Creek seems less high-strung than the others. He must have a few years and a couple of promotions under his belt. He might be on the 3rd floor at the moment, but in spirit he's still on the street, earning. Everyone above him is in more managerial positions. He's in between crowds, isolated. And he seemed entertained by my poke at the big guy. Putting that all together, I'm not actually here for myself. Truth is, I can't hear anything over the damn screen. I grab the remote sitting on the edge of the desk and turn off the screen. That's better. The hell you do that for? It was too loud. We like it loud. Scooters with bugs and wires and cops. Are you a cop? Keeping it at that volume could damage your ears. You'd end up yelling all the time. Relax, Tanks. Cut her some slack. She smoked enough of your shitty roll to... I was gonna say fall over, but you seem... sober, me? You got chrome lungs or something? I've just always had a very high tolerance for that kind of thrill. You can do a bunch of drugs and not even enjoy it? Shit, you must have been popular in school. Not exactly. But clearly I'm not invincible. I never talked about myself if I wasn't at least a little stoned. My bad. We usually pride ourselves on not giving a shit who our customers are. Thanks for making me the exception. And like I was saying, I'm actually here for someone else. My boss, to tell you the truth. Ha! That sucks. Does your regional manager want a made-to-order heart attack at his retirement party or something? You're not that far off. His son's turning 18 and he wants a party. An organic party. How's that supposed to mean? Hell if I know. But a coworker let slip that I smoked a few times in college. So boss goes and hands me his dart card, slaps me on the rear and sets me down here. Told me to get everything his son needs for the best graduation ever. That's rough. A pretty lady like yourself shouldn't be stuck running errands at this hour. Not in this part of the city. It's not safe. Speaking of which, Miller? Stand up. Raise your hands. I oblige, but the lanky one keeps staring at me oddly, looking at me up and down. It's not complimentary. He's searching for something. See, normally I would never be this poor of a host to such a nice customer, but bosses, right? Yeah, might have been real micromanaging lately. It's kind of becoming a problem. So, we're taking a little more care around new faces. Tucked inside her jacket, round the left pocket. His eyes aren't modded. Did I give it away with my body language? Something you want to share with the class? Forgot I had that, maybe? Yes, I have a knife on me. Should I have declared that on my papers? Would have been the polite thing to do, yeah. Sorry for the poor manners, but a pretty lady like me, this part of town. Guess I was just being careful around new faces. Alright. You're letting her keep it? I got you here to protect us. Have to wonder, though. Why'd a high-power corporate mover shaker come in person? Why come to us? Why not go across the skywalk over to the nearest Icaria-owned dispensary? Caged tonight, aren't we, boys? The hell are they so suspicious for? And who are the Icaria? The name sounds vaguely familiar, but, well, I can read between the lines. They're the competition. So if these blue bloods are being this cautious around a paying customer, I can shame them over it. I mean, sure. Everyone knows that the Icaria have taken the lion's share of the city. I just didn't realize they had a monopoly, too. Get it straight. The Icaria won't be on top anymore once we... Never mind. Can we not do business? No one said that. So what'll it be? Well, I don't want any of these kids choking on their own foam. Even if it'd be funny to watch. I figured I'd just buy a bunch of downers and maybe a handful of uppers. Let half of them get high off the atmosphere. Downers, huh? We've got the new titration of lime. Lasts for hours. Yeah, they can stir it into their watered-down beers. Wait, new titration? No one's gonna shit themselves, are they? No. Not until the morning, at least. Alright, well, I can live with that. What have you got on the other end? Got plenty, as long as they don't mind hippos. Hypodermics? I feel like these baby shark types would get nervous around needles. You got anything they can inhale? Well, got a lot of nerve. Fast bump, high plateau, and a smooth ride down. Our bestseller. Sounds great. Unfortunately, it's in high demand, so... I get that he's selling me drugs, but does he really have to sell me drugs? Hey, it's not my card anyway. Charge him. Gladly. Tapping away at his table like this, he almost looks white-collar. It checks out, right? The cereal's legit, so... Yeah, man. You already said that. It's encrypted, Trey. It's not meant to be a one-tap purchase. Dark card. The gold standard of an untraceable fund transfer among the criminal and financial elite. Your average citizen wouldn't recognize it as anything special. It looks like any other credit or debit card. Only reason I recognize it is because they got flashed all the time back in my apprenticeship. Mostly for drawing the lines, but sometimes for purchasing. Hard to convert the funds back into cash, but if you want to buy or sell it on the back market, you couldn't ask for better. So what the hell's going on? I'm dangling some very enticing bait here. An amenable mark, spending money that's not her own, they should be salivating over me. Instead, they're practically x-raying me. Why? Interesting decor. Finally, someone notices. It's nice, right? It's called cherry wood. Redid the paint myself with a finish I had imported. It is a nice piece of furniture, Creek, but I was referring to your paperweight. Oh, yeah, that. You like it? Sure. It has a certain rustic simplicity. Though it's not exactly gleaming. Have you considered giving it a polish? That'd be a crime. Oh? Polishing off the battle scars from a hard-won prize. Prize, not yours. Something I picked up on the job. A masculine voice, muffled, possibly gagged, and stifled as if pained. Seems like I'm not their only guest tonight. Really wish you'd left the music on, lady. Sorry, you say something? I completely spaced out just now. Didn't hear a word you said. Okay, that's okay. I didn't say anything. Guess you aren't so stupid you can't even mind your own business. Speaking of my business, how are we looking? The card's still processing. Sorry about that. Because it takes time to snake a wire through enough pinholes that even the almighty state can't track it. It takes power, too, apparently. Battery's plummeting. But dark card. Almost more trouble than it's worth. Definitely didn't do its previous owner any good. Before I palmed it off his corpse. Your boss must be a careful guy, delegating you to come down here with this. Yeah, maybe. Not very smart, though. He has no idea what any of this shit costs. Ah. If I treat myself after I finish here, it's not like he'd ever know the difference. Good on you, ripping off the bastard. A woman after my own heart. There it is. Now I just need 2 thumbs and a password for verification, and we're golden. Is there a problem? Yeah, is there a problem? No, no problem. Sorry, it's just something I heard. And what's that? That the Blue Bloods had gotten something special in recently. Can't trust everything you hear out there. Or read, or see. No, of course not. But is it true? A no mask? Like the man said, you gotta be careful what stories you listen to. Come on, what could it even cost? A couple thousand? I wouldn't know. I'm no art appraiser. But I do know that it's rare. Fun fact, no means talent, but I don't think that translation does it justice. Less than a dozen people on the planet who can make them. What's so special about it? I mean, them, if they exist, which they, don't. If you want a mask, you already got one on your face, lady. State puts up cameras, we put on masks. State adds layered scans, we wear helmets. High-tech climbs higher, low-tech punches lower. Back and forth up the escalators. But a no mask got tech that can't be answered. Scissors sharp enough to cut rock. Anti-facial recognition, fractalized active defense. Any camera, scanner, or ad looks at that mask, they'll see a face. Within a face, within a face, within a face, until fatal error. Forget hiding from cameras, searching for blind spots. With a no mask, you can just walk down the busiest street in the city and brick every camera in half a kilometer. You know your stuff. Buy everywhere. What if this mask could do half what you think it could? Anyone who got their hands on it wouldn't part with it easily. So how much? More than you can afford, that's for sure. I don't know about that. I've got pretty nice stock options. Maybe you do have the money, that's not the issue. I can't sell it. It's already been spoken for. End of discussion. Well, sure, you can't sell something that's been spoken for, but things get misplaced all the time. Delivery carriers showing up at the wrong address, missing packages ending up in the back of the storage facilities, merchandise falling off the back of the proverbial truck. You weren't sent here on some errand. Shit. What is it? Take a long look, boys, 'cause you may never get another chance. We're breathing the same air as a genuine consultant. She's some kind of Meg spy? If I was, couldn't exactly come out and say, now could I? Oh shit. Is it really this easy? Yeah, that's real smart talk. Now give me one reason I shouldn't paint your brains onto the wall. Because I still haven't paid for my purchase? Definitely got the nerves of a consultant. They teach you that at some fancy uptown corpo school? Or was it something you were born with? Something I was born with? Probably. Believe it or not, I'm glad we're having this conversation. Honesty always speeds up the negotiation. So in the spirit of cooperation, why don't you start being honest too? How's that? You don't want my money, traceable or otherwise. Only reason you'd entertain a customer in the middle of whatever bottleneck you're keeping behind that door is because I have something rare that you desperately need. Don't assume desperation or need. How about want? You want the dark account itself, not whatever shitcoin currency it holds. And why is that? To steal from your bosses. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. They're the ones stealing from us. Yes, I'm sure you have very legitimate grounds for a wage theft suit, but I don't care. Whether it's for running away, skimming off the top, or just as insurance, you want a wallet they don't have eyes on. And since your tall friend hasn't missed me yet, it seems like you're willing to barter for it. So, the card for the mask. Not even close. The card plus 2/4 worth of my salary. That's nearly... Nah, sister, you don't have the cash for this purchase. And it ain't the kind of thing you can get a loan from the bank for. I don't like it, but not cash then. Might as well try it. What about information instead? I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but it would have to be one hell of a piece of intel. I could give you heartbreak. What'd she say? Funny. That is funny. Heartbreak, the most famous narco-terrorist in the country, at some Meg's beck and call. Upgraded to a narco-terrorist now? Ugh. Lots of people were laughing very hard, having shorted the right stocks before each of his kills. Hold up. Seriously? No, why do people buy this conspiracy shit so easily? I don't get the joke. Why would we want heartbreak? To learn from him, make an example of him, hire him. You blue bloods have been fighting the Rust, the Ikari, and the state and everyone who wants a peace for decades. Yet a heartbreak's gotten more notoriety than all of you combined in only a few months. There's really nothing you'd want to say to him? Nothing you'd want to ask him? If he was sitting right in front of you? Hell of a bluff, I'll give you that. Thought it was worth a try. Sorry, just procrastinating having to go back to my superiors empty-handed. Nah, it was good effort. I mean, I'm still interested in the dark card, it's just... That mask is a death sentence, crafted specifically for one very special customer. I'm just the one giving the honor of hanging on to it until... Sounds like you've got your own office politics to worry about. Getting pulled in every direction. I know the feeling. Well, that was a bunch of drama for nothing. You gonna buy or what, freak? Oh, I'm still buying. Not for some kid's party, obviously. Plan is we're gonna spike the competition of this meet and greet, make the customer think they're drooling idiots. The mask is always a long shot. I was just personally curious. Curiosity can get you into trouble. Down here at the bottom of the world. Don't worry. I like to think I know a thing or two about discretion. I can see that. Let's wrap this up then. Your password and your thumbs, please. Sure. I'll just take off my gloves here. Oh yeah. I make a snap with my right hand as my left extends toward the desk. Real quick, before I forget, do you have a bag for all this? Yeah, actually, got a few in the hell? Only used to distract him for a second. Less than one heartbeat. I did tell him to mind the safety. Oh! The big one made a small noise as he looked down to see that his own gun had blown a fist-sized chunk out of his torso. Holy shit. He jumped up fast. I was expecting to blow his head off. From behind, a motion, a shape charging towards me. Spinning left, I draw my knife, exhale, and lower my shoulders. There. A loudly broadcast haymaker swinging in from his right. Bad instinct. He must have gotten used to those sparklers making people flinch. I step in, and his bicep smacks dully onto my shoulder, as I place my knife directly into his carotid. He was gripping that knife with all the strength he has left. Wait, is he really going to try and pull it out? Another bad instinct. Oxygen cut off to the brain, already losing vision. Red. And dropped with all the grace of a garbage bag hitting the bottom of the dumpster. So that just leaves... hasn't moved a muscle. Newest member, weakest in pack. Personally, I wouldn't have given the new guy guard duty, but hindsight's 20/20. The gun's double-barreled, 2 shots, spent. And Miller still has my knife in a little death grip. I'll have to improvise for this last one. What the hell? Why not? Oh shit. Though, come to think of it, how do you use this thing? Aim for the bleachers, I guess. Oh,